Hello everybody. It's been a while since I did some gold content. Looking at my last 3 videos there, it's all been how to do things. So, actually it might have been more than 3 videos. Anyways, time to dive into some gold. I'm going to process the concentrates today from my trip on November the 8th, where I panned out the best pans I've ever gotten on my claim on the nation. So I'm kind of curious to see what it's going to look like, in the pan, and see what the total's going to be. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what we're going to get out of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually run the dirt through the magnetic separator and separate the black sand from the good sand. And then we're just going to pan it out because there isn't too much left in here. As you can see, it's a fairly modest amount. And I really hope it's dried out. It feels a little pliable. If it isn't dry, we're going to not be able to run it through the magnetic separator. But it's been sitting down here for months at a time, doing its thing. So I'm just going to move a few things off to the side here and pull out the old separator. And keep this in a nice little neat little kit. Works up pretty good for a fella. Alright, gonna put that up there. I have an extension cord or something over here just for this job, but for the life of me I can't find it. So, I'm gonna turn you guys off. I'm gonna set this all up and we're gonna run some dirt. I decided to try to pour this out to see if it's actually dry or not. Hopefully it doesn't do one of those avalanche kind of things. You know what? It almost doesn't look dry the further in there you fella goes, because it's starting to get clumpy. No way, Jose. Oh no. Yeah, that's still wet. How the heck? Well. Huh. Do I throw this in a pot and actually dry out my dirt? I think a fellow might have to go to such extreme measures. Great. Another step in the process. Okay, well, we know where we're at. Great. So that I can just go through the trouble of actually just panning it out and using like the hand plunger to pull out all the magnetite. Oh man. So conflicted, I don't know what to do here. God, there's a lot of gold in there. You can see it right through the jar. Holy smokes. Yeah, I think I'm going to bring this to a pot and dry it out. I think that might be the better option. So I'm just going to... I'm losing my gold. My valuable, precious gold. Oh, man. Oh, and there is... I can see a piece in there. Some of it hit the floor, too. Dang nuggets. Every micro chunk counts. Oh, it was still recording the whole time. I thought I had turned it off. That's going to be a lovely part of editing. Oh, yeah. It sits in there. This is going to grow into a 2-hand job right quick. Now, I'm going to have to let this sit before and let it dry off. I'm going to bring this downstairs, rinse it out in a gold pan, see what we get in that. Kind of like a little preview of things to come. Now there's that. It's doing its thing. Heat's on. So hopefully that'll all dry out. And, yeah. Well, let's see what we got in the old jar. I love it when things don't go according to plan. That's like the story of my life. Get rid of the old dead spider that's in there. One other thing I'm going to do too is a little bit of that. Get rid of the surface tension. some of that dirt. You have to add a little bit more water in the pan to get away with that. And there's still a lot of dirt in here, to be honest. I'm not going until I get it all. That appears to be relatively clean. Got a nice little modest handful here. I have the old hand plunger magnet. Holy smokers, there's a crap ton of gold that's just sitting on the bottom of the pan already. Wow. Holy smokers, guys. This is going to be a banger. I'm looking forward to this one. I'll tell you that already. Holy smokers. Get rid of this telephone before it falls into the dang water. The guy does not want that to happen to him. I already see gold. It's not moving. Put everything back down on the bottom. Settle it out, stratify it. Get rid of the lighter material. So over the Christmas holidays, I bought the kids a bunch of pay dirt, and they all came down here and panned it all out and added to their little poke. Which makes me want to run this dirt that's in my panning station even more. Oh wow. It's really starting to come out and say hello to this stuff. Kinda like when the yellow shiny says, ooh! Yeah, it's always nice to see a little flash in your pan. Every Tuesday night. Well, today's Saturday, so. Not much down in here. I could probably get away with rocking this out now. Oh my. Yeah, that was a good day. Holy smokers. This gentle rocking action, you're just moving the black sand down the pan and leaving the gold in the top end. And then once you get a good little chunk of that done, give it a real tap. Put all your gold right to the edge of the pan. So I'm almost happy with the black sand removal I got on the go now. Get a few more of those little itty pieces down there. And just a tap. That jumps all the black sand into a nice little fine line along the edge of the pan. Sometimes just some black sand trapped underneath of it. Okay, I might as well grab this camera and show you guys what I've got here before I go for a snuffer bottle. You can see there's a nice little bit of gold there in the pan for just being what was left in the bucket compared to how much dirt's. I think we're going to have some pretty good cleanup on this one. I'm going to monk around with a snuffer bottle. Okay, well, after several hours, finally the dirt has dried, and it's also cooled down because it was quite toasty. So I'm going to scoop it into these little buckets here and put it through the magnetic separator. Oh, alright, so I'm just going to put this to here, turn this little guy onto there. I'll just set you good folks up over here and you can see what the heck's going on here. I'll use a little container for my oversized stuff. There's some impressive garnets in there too. Holy smokes. Wow. That's going to be fun to pan out. Holy smokes, there's some good ones in there. Some big ones. Nice. There are some very large garnets in there. I'm just going to keep on trucking away here until I get all the good dirt from the black dirt all separated. Yeah, this machine does a good job. I should probably turn that camera off so you guys get the idea of what's going on here. Give you a little rundown. So the screen is basically a classifier. Stops the bigger rocks from going down, choking off the funnel. Then you got your good dirt and you got your bad dirt. That's about that. So once I'm all done with all this stuff and this stuff and this stuff, we'll pan out this stuff. I'm going to go through this with a pair of tweezers and remove whatever I can for garnets because there is a large amount of them in there. And they're not little fellas, so that's a bonus. Yeah, there's some good looking ones in there. Looking forward to that. Sweet. Yeah, I'm going to turn this off. You guys see what's going on here. Dirt goes through and at a nice slow even rate. It's just trickling down there and black sand is just trickling in over there. The less of this to deal with in the pan the better. Makes life so much easier. So yeah, I'm going to turn this off and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bye. Well, here we are. I got this bucket and this little bucket of demagnetized material. I got my little mini bucket of oversized stuff. And I got another little mini bucket full of what I believe to be garnets. So I'm going to be going through the oversized stuff first just to weed out the garnet and then work my way up in treasure value and get into the stuff that should have gold in it. So we'll just set these guys to here and then we got a little bit of water in the pan. I'll dump up the ones that I suspect to be garnet. Throw them in there. Get rid of some of this little sand that's electrostatically charged to there. Okay, I guess I can just stick this off to the side and put my garnets into it. Alright, time to bust up the tweezers and go through these little rocks a few at a time and see what we got. Kind of curious to see what there is because garnets are always pretty. I got a nice little stash of them now and it's nice to keep it growing. So this is the way it goes, minus the dog fur. Find your garnet in the pan and pull it out with the tweezers and put it in there with its friends. And then we still got this bucket of quartz stuff yet to go through. Be nice to find a nugget in it. Highly doubt it, but would be nice. Get another little pan out of that, that's for sure. There we go. Spread everything out. Have a looky. See if there's any obvious little pink shiny stones, and then start panning this out. That's the agenda. That's the plan. I'm going to keep on plugging away at this, and hopefully I can add to my little collection of pink rocks. And, yeah, just figured I'd give you guys a little bit of an update so that way you're like, oh, wow, he came back and all the coarse stuff was gone. No, sometimes things happen and just don't get filmed. It's just the way she goes some days. I don't know. Maybe I need to work on my documentary style and complete everything all the way through and do short little cuts so you can see each step along the way, but I figure if I tell you what's going on, that works just about as good. So, plug my way through this, pan it out, and, you know, if I find a nugget in there, I'm definitely turning this back on and showing that, you know, because that'd be pretty awesome. Okay, well, here we go. This is going to be all gone by the time you guys come back, and first video I take, I'll be pouring some of this into there. I hope some of the good stuff and panning that off. And there's a bit of dirt there to pan, but not a huge pile, so it should be alright. I'm looking forward to seeing what I got in there because, yeah, I know there is gold in there. I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to look like. Alright, all the larger rocks are all done now. Time to move on to the fun stuff. Should I just start little and work my way up? Sometimes it's a lot easier just to pan a little than a whole lot. Get rid of the old-fashioned shake. Everything down there. And just start just to give her. Oh yeah, that's how gold panning. So much nicer when you get all the black sands out of there. You betcha. Alright, I'm just going to hit the brakes on this, turn this off, and I'm going to keep panning until I get this first bucket done and see how it looks. I'm kind of curious. One thing I was thinking about doing this winter was almost making myself like a little mini seminar for you guys, just to show you and explain to you the whole process, you know, where gold comes from and how it's formed, how it's deposited, how it's moved, the different terms and phrases that are quite common in the miner's vocabulary. I think it would be a good idea to give people that little bit of education and understanding and the resources to look into their local history to figure out how gold affected their area and why it's there. Pretty close to being happy. I still see a few little pieces of black sand there. I'm trying to be as gentle as a fella can. So in the rocking action, we want to bring a wave to the front of the pan and then let it be able to pull the dirt back. And it's nice to get it from both sides, so that way the wave collapses in the middle and rolls straight back. And that grabs the black sand and moves it down. See, I got two little chunks of black sand here. And I see a piece of gold that's on the float. So we're going to settle that down, grab the little snuffer bottle, go gold hunting. Very pleased with that. Not a single micro left behind. That is the objective, right? Get as much of that fine stuff as you can. Now, gold miners back in the 1850s, 1870s, they were getting less than $40 an ounce for their gold, which is an incredibly small amount. Now we are getting a little bit more than that, which makes the fine gold more relevant. Now that fine gold back in 1870s to 1850s, it was just, yeah, okay, it's an indicator of finding gold. It wasn't the gold they were keeping, that's for sure, unless they were using other forms like mercury and stuff like that, which is part of the reason why the Chinese miners that came in after the European miners, they had so much better luck. The people from Cornwall, England, the Cornish miners, they were pretty good. They were so technically sound and advanced with their mechanical skills and water removal at lower elevations
that gave them a distinct advantage. The cultures, the histories, it's really interesting, you know. You got an example of that would be a Henry McDame, a freed black slave who came up in the 1850s for the Fraser Rush, was pivotal in the gold rush in the Barkerville area, who was also pivotal in the Amanika gold rush, and it was also pivotal in the Atlan gold rush. The guy had done and accomplished so much as a prospector, it's insane. And in an area where, you know, racism was there, but it wasn't as prevalent as it was in the southern United States, which gave that gentleman such a huge advantage in doing what he did. And also, people were judged by their character, their merit, and their strive, and their wantingness, and he exuded in all those characteristics. So it's, you know, gold panning history is very interesting. Gives you insight as to where to look for gold nowadays. So always, you know, be out there looking for it. Look into your history when you're sitting around the house. Find an area that's close to where you live, and dive into that history. Then see what is currently staked and claimed, and see if you can find a little bit of uncharted area in a previously gold knowing area, and explore that area. See if it's worth staking and developing. And because that's what I did with my Nation River claim, is I dove into the history, seeing there was modest results found on this creek, followed it upstream to where there was more gold claims. Then off of that stream, it went on to another stream, and that other stream to this day is not even staked, which is kind of weird, because that's the source lode where all that gold came from. So it's one of those things where I always wanted to do a trip up there and go explore. There was a group of Chinese and Cornish miners. They grouped up together on this creek, and there's artifacts and stuff that's still out there from their 1874 attempt, and they stayed out there for I think 3 or 4 years. There's very little history known about it, but there's also a good chunk of gold that they pulled out, and that's a part of the history that is known about that. So I'm hoping this summer, if the body is willing and the mind and the heart is willing, I would like to actually try to find this place, to go to this creek, metal detect the area where the mine should be, and see if there's any artifacts that are left out there from the 1870s, because there should be, but it would be buried underneath about probably 6 to 8 inches of organic material by now that's accumulated over those years. So it's a very interesting thing to try to do, to look at, and just a cool way to spend time. You know, get in touch with your history, get in touch with your local history, be aware of your Aboriginal cultures in your area, as every tool, everything you learn about your past history in your area that you want to go gold panning in is another tool in your arsenal to find that gold. So keep looking, never give up. And of course, everything that makes noise kind of is on, you know, dryer's running, furnace just kicks in. And this is the last of it. Yay! Give that a good shake. Get her down there. Oh, I didn't put on my silly old man reading glasses here. There we go. Hey, there we go. All right. It's going to be a very slow process. So I'm going to end up turning this camera off and just letting you poor people have a little bit of a break. But I'm just going to keep on trucking until I see a little bit of gold stick out of there. What is that? Gold, or is that pyrite? That's definitely not moving like gold. I'm going to put my money on pyrite. And if it is gold, well, I save all this dirt and I rerun it down my sluice run, which I should probably start doing. I've been just kind of sitting there watching my tailings slowly dry out, thinking, hey, you know what? Eventually, I'll just be able to dump that and
throw it right in the bin there. That'll be good to go. What to say, a fair bit of dirt's already been moved and not a single shiny. You guys are bad luck, I tell you what. I'm gonna have to turn this camera off so I can start seeing some gold. Yep. Oh, is that a piece? I thought I saw a chunk. We got a good little stash in the snuffer bottle here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's the shiny. It's not too bad, actually. It's starting to pile up pretty good in there. For just, you know, a good day's worth of panning on the claim, I have to say. Okay, that last pan is done. Everything's in the snuffer bottle. Time to empty out this snuffer bottle, put it into the pan, and see what we get in there. I'm just going to put the snuffer bottle down, and the thing you hate about gold, the more you play with it, the smaller it gets. The less of it there is. That's always the way it works. Yeah. Still see bits of dirt and stuff stuck to the top of this. Oops. Well, that's one way to effectively clean that out. There we go. Put that there. Get the old straw back out. There we go. Set that off to the side and roll that on out and see what there is. And there's going to be a ton of fine stuff in there. No doubt about her. No doubt about it. Fine gold recovery is a specialty of mine. It requires a significant amount of patience. I tell you what, I don't figure a large amount of patience. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the snuffer bottles looking. Let's look at this guy here. Let's see if we can wrangle this all up into one spot. Not a bad looking little pan. Just a little bit of black sand here and there. Man, that fine stuff just sticks to everything. Damn. Sure, there's something in there that reduces the surface tension. There's fine gold everywhere in this pan. Creeping up the walls. Now I'm going to use the snuffer bottle and literally blow the gold into one spot. Just keeps life easy. There we go. Get rid of them bubbles. Get rid of the old tap and then rock her back so I can get rid of this last little bit of black sand if I can. Just got too much water in here. Damn, there's so much fine gold, like
100 mesh and greater just everywhere inside this pan. By gently rocking it back and forth, I have separated a little bit more of the black sand away from the gold, which is what you want, 'cause you want to be weighing your gold, not your black sand mixed with your gold. And again, I'm going to come here with the snuffer bottle. Use the water pressure coming out of the bottle to push the gold into a nice little spot. Concentrate it all up. It makes it a little easier for the snuffer bottle to grab it all in one go. I'm gently squeezing the water out of there still. Working the bottle around the ripples. And I'm getting the goods. Ooh yeah. Well, there's still a few more escapey colors that I've managed to make a run for, so to speak. I'm going to try to get them individually here. So use that water to push them away from the black sands. Concentrate them into a nice little area. And get all of them in one go. There's so many micro, tiny little colors of gold in here. It's just evil. Which sucks on the day when it's clear out, because you're going to get static electricity in your pot. And the gold will stick to that static electricity. And just makes it a little harder for you to deal with when you dry it out. But I'm relatively satisfied with what we got here. There's one or two more little wee bitty micros in there. Again, I'm going to use the pressure of the water to push them away from the black sands and suck up those last little few micro colors I can see. I'm being a little stubborn about this because every little tiny chunk of gold counts. And hiking down that hillside to get it sure does suck. But I'm pretty confident. I just got all the little black sands left in this pan. To the point where I can be a little reckless with it. Get the whole surface area wet. Shake it down. Need a little bit of water in there. Do another little rock back and have a peek. I'm pretty sure I got everything out of here. There's still some super duper fine stuff in the bottom corner there. Rock it out some more, get rid of it all. two little colors in there yet. This is super fine, like 200 mesh gold. Just barely can see it with the naked eye, and that's with a pair of reading glasses on. Yep, I'm gonna call the pin. Call it there. All right. Well, that concludes this portion of it. Time to go throw this into a pot, put it up on the stove, and dry her out, and weigh it up and see what she does. I wonder what I got in there. It's not too bad. Maybe 1/4 of a gram, hopefully a bit more. Oh, there's still quite a bit of stuff left in this ball. Suck up more of the water. Smack crap out of the pot, put all the gold into one spot. And we can do a better job of and you can check your snuffer bottle out, see how you did. And I'm pretty happy with that outcome. So I'm going to bring this over here and put it on the heat in the middle and let it do its thing. Alright, I'm going to turn this off. There's probably enough heat left over in here to do the job. Keep going with the bubbles. Like I say, the more you play with it, the smaller it gets. We're already dealing with super fine gold, as you can tell by it being quite stuck to the bottom of that pot. Nice little pile in there. Got good color. Gotta like that. Okay, well, I'm gonna let this cool down for a bit before I put it onto the scale. Check the bottom of this. Yeah, that still might be a little bit on the warm side. Nice hand warmer. Well, I guess I can turn this little fella on. That's what the sign numbers. That's hopefully in a spot where the numbers can be seen easily. I'm hoping 1/4 gram. So that's alright, come on, it's already falling in there. Give me a number. How come it's saying zeros? Ouch. Well, almost 1/5 gram. Not the best results, but better than nothing. I'm going to go and grab a vial and add it to my collection here. 0.194. Yeah, not the best. That's for dark too. Looks so much bigger in the pan. Looks so much smaller in the scale. And we're going to add it to this little pile in here. So yeah, basically I put the vial inside the pot. And you guys get to see what I'm talking about by about overcut or doing it in a high pressure zone here. Look at that. You get so much more static sticking to your plastic, your metal, everything. So you literally just beat the living bejesus out of it. Put all the little stuff that you lost back in the bottom of your pot. Get the wee little vial. And grab your pot. Get the living bejesus out of it again, and repeat. And after this, I'm going to call it. I'm going to turn that off. Well, that's what we got up to for this season. Not a huge pile, but better than no pile. I don't know, maybe 2 grams in there if lucky. Sure does look nice to play with, I tell you. Nice and clean, no black sand there anyways. I'm trying to put this scale away and wrap this video up. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to, like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you're ever in my neck of the woods and you want to go for a gold panning trip, well, you're more than welcome to tag along. Can't guarantee you the mother load, but you'll have a little something in your pan anyways, which is better than a little nothing. So again, thanks for watching, and hopefully I get to see you guys next week. And don't forget to stop in on every Sunday morning there for when I do my video premiere and do a little bit of a live chat. That's something I've been doing every week for almost 3 years now. So they say tune in on a Sunday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and say hi. Nice way to start the morning. Go to the Church of Gold, and then go to the other church after that. So have a good morning. Bye, guys. Alright, we can put the bacon back on.